Reading out loud to young children is hugely beneficial. Primarily, we talk a lot about early on that important bond that happens between parent and child. Children learn best through those warm, engaging interactions with those closest to them, like mom, dad, grandma, siblings. So you can follow their cues, you can encourage their interests, you can encourage their development. And as far as long-term effects, it certainly follows them into school readiness, language development, thinking skills, problem solving.
It increases your vocabulary. And vocabulary in itself for a child who goes into first grade is one of the best predictors of how they're going to do when they're in fourth grade as far as reading comprehension. So it's all connected. It also helps increase their imagination, a little bit of empathy because they're putting themselves into the characters they're reading about, decreased disruptive behaviors in school, increased attention span. It helps bring families together, even for busy people. This is the time they get together and bond. And you might have kids of different ages, and you can all still sit together and read different books.
There is no time too soon to start. We often encourage families who are expecting a new baby to start that routine then. Baby hears you while they're in the wombs. And certainly at birth, it becomes much more exciting. Holding them close. They are not necessarily going to be attentive to the words in the book, but it's them hearing the language and hearing the sounds, and the rhythm of the language is really setting the tone for what will take place later when they begin to speak. It's all precursor to school readiness and success in school and even further in life.
The books that you read to your kids, it definitely depends on the age of the child's interest, and how, their maturity, how developed they are.
So early on, birth to say 6 to 12 months, a lot of the books are going to be very basic, limited in the text and pictures, which is what you want. You want to really just be spending that time holding baby, making eye contact, maybe pointing some things out.
Books with different textures, so they can touch and feel. And as they get a little older, you can start reading small storybooks, pop-out books. They're a lot of fun. And then maybe you want to ask questions to the child. What do you think is going to happen in the next page? Or where's the cow? So that kind of helps with the child learning.
Choosing books that are interesting to them. If they like trucks or they like animals, they'll be lighting up and participating, pointing to pictures, looking for things that are familiar to them.
I usually try to tell parents, try to read every night, because then that's a routine for you. Your child knows that, hey, before bedtime, when I'm relaxed and quiet, this is what we do. We brush our teeth and we read a book.
They'll look forward to that built-in part of their routine and bring books to the experience and almost maybe look forward to that bedtime.
You might start with just a few minutes to begin with. And as kids get older, of course, they might start reading to you, which is also great because then you can kind of regulate how is their vocabulary, how's their pronunciation.
The libraries can help you find the perfect book. And there's a myriad of different topics available for young children. Early Child Alliance is thrilled to be partnered with Parkview in many different ways. We certainly are proud to have at a couple of different pediatric sites through Parkview our Books and Docs program, which is where families are able to receive books at the Well Child checks. This gives the nurses and doctors an opportunity to have that tool to share with families that they take home while they're giving them the important messages about reading aloud and the big impact that it can have on their life.
Leyendo con mi hijo es una prioridad. ¿Quieres saber por qué?
What do you want to read? Veo una cosa de color azul.
Leerles a los niños es una parte importante de su desarrollo. Cuanto más se les lea a los niños, más capacidad tendrán para leer.
Still got to.
Léales a sus pequeños y expóngalos a tantas palabras como pueda.
No more keep jumping on the bed.
Good job.
Lea en cualquier idioma con el que usted se sienta más cómodo.
Con Amilo Cabo.
No es necesario que sea en inglés. Anime a sus hijos para que lean en cualquier idioma.
Would you?
Después de todo, los niños a los que se les lee cuando son pequeños tienen más probabilidades de tener éxito en la escuela.
Great job, Isabella.
Great job, Isabella. Wow.
Very Last Leaf by Steph Wade, illustrated by Jennifer Davison. From his first day of school in the spring, Lance Cottonwood was the best and brightest student. He blossomed in budding.
Look at me, I'm a leaf.
He breezed through wind resistance. Some others were not so lucky.
Better luck next time.
He was a breath of fresh air in Photosynthesis 101.
Don't you just love the taste of sunlight in the morning?
He passed pigment changing with flying colors.
Yellow, everybody. How do you do?
During his last class of the autumn semester, Lance began to worry about his final exam. The test would take him from the top of his sturdy tree to the grass down below. The other leaves couldn't wait to take the leap, but Lance Cottonwood didn't feel that way, because Lance Cottonwood was afraid to fall. Lance was jealous of his neighbor Doug Fir. Doug was an evergreen, and evergreens didn't have to fall. Doug got to sit on his branch and feel the cold, wet snow on his face all winter long. But Lance was a cottonwood, and cottonwood trees are deciduous. They lose their leaves in autumn. So Lance was expected to fall, like all the lance leaf cottonwood ancestors who came before him. When autumn arrived, one by one, other students let go and floated to the ground below. But Lance was comfortable at the top, and that was where he would stay. No one expected him to be scared, so Lance made up excuse after excuse.
Saving the best for last. Ladies first. I have a bit of a cough today.
But Lance couldn't trick them for long. As leaf after leaf passed the final test, they started to talk.
He's a scaredy leaf.
I guess he's not good at everything.
He's too yellow to be an evergreen. Cool days turned into colder nights, and Lance decided he was going to beat the odds. He would stay on his tree all winter, just like Doug.
It looks like we're going to be best friends.
By the end of the week, Lance was the only one left on the tree. Lance's teacher knew he was worried, but she also knew he would be okay.
It's okay to be scared, Lance. I'm here to help you through this.
Lance thought about why he was scared. He was terrified of landing in a gutter or getting stuck on a windshield, or worst of all, falling where the dog did his business. After talking about his worries, Lance felt a little better, and when he looked down again, things didn't look so bad. Some kids had made a leaf pile to jump into. Others were collecting leaves for crafts. Lance's friends were happy. They were safe, and they looked like they were having fun. Lance knew it was time to take the leap. Lance's teacher assured him he could do it. He was one of the hardest working students in class. The other students cheered him on from down below. They were right. He could do it. He worked hard. He studied hard. He knew his stuff. Lance loved Doug, but Lance wasn't an evergreen and never would be. Lance looked below. He took a deep breath, and with his stem quivering, he let go. Practicing what he studied, Lance focused and floated gently to the pile below. Lance Cottonwood may have been the last one to finish his test, but he did not fail. He was once again on top.
You did it, Lance!
The gang's all here.
Progress report. Student Lance Cottonwood. Tree type Lance leaf cottonwood. Scientific name Populus acuminata. Length 2.4 inches. Classes budding. Each leaf is expected to grow from a small bulb-like projection on a branch into a leaf. Lance bloomed beautifully. Grade A. Wind resistance. Having strong wind resistance helps the leaf stay on its branch until it's time to fall. Lance used his strength and focus to overcome strong wind gusts every day. Grade A. Photosynthesis. In this process, a plant uses sunlight to create its own food. Chlorophyll, which is the dark green cells in leaves, helps create glucose. Glucose is a yummy snack for the whole tree. Lance happily soaked up sunlight on a daily basis. Grade A. Pigment changing. Each leaf must change color in autumn. When a leaf begins to lose its chlorophyll, it loses its green color and shows some of the other colors that have been hiding the whole time. Lance was the first to change color and was very encouraging to the other students. Grade A. Falling. Leaves fall from the trees in autumn to help prepare the tree for winter. A leaf falls when it's no longer needed to make food for the tree. This was a challenge for Lance, but he did it. Grade B+. Teacher's note: Lance is an extremely bright student, but he sometimes feels scared of what he doesn't know. After recognizing his fear of falling, Lance and I worked together by addressing what made him scared and discussed possible outcomes. By creating a plan and facing his fears, Lance passed his final exam with flying colors. Miss Timber. The end.
Deja que te cuente una historia sobre un pollito. Su nombre es Pollito Tito. Él vive en un gallinero pequeño y normal en un barrio pequeño y normal. Pollito Tito no es alto ni bajo, no es gordo ni flaco, no es inteligente ni tonto. Es un pollito completamente normal. Una mañana completamente normal, Pollito Tito está desayunando en la cocina. Le gustan las tostadas con mantequilla y el café con crema. Está leyendo las noticias. Ve un artículo aterrador con un título aterrador. Dice: ¡El cielo se está cayendo! Pollito Tito está tan asustado que se le cae la tostada dentro del café. ¡Plop! ¡El cielo se está cayendo! ¡El cielo se está cayendo!, grita Pollito Tito. ¡Tengo que advertirle a todos! Primero, envía por mail el artículo a 1000 de sus amigos cercanos. Luego, corre por la calle para avisarle a todos los demás. La primera persona que se encuentra en la calle es la gallina Martina. Ella está volviendo del supermercado. «Buenos días, Pollito Tito», dice la gallina Martina. «¿Dónde vas? ¿Por qué estás tan asustado?» «El cielo se está cayendo, el cielo se está cayendo», dice Pollito Tito. «¿En serio? ¿Cómo lo sabes?», dice la gallina Martina. «Lo vi en internet», dice Pollito Tito. «Dios mío, debe ser cierto», dice la gallina Martina. «¡Vamos!». Y Pollito Tito y la gallina Martina corren por la calle hacia el lago. Cuando llegan al lago, se encuentran con el pato Renato. Él está bañándose. «Hola, chicos», dice el pato Renato. «¿Dónde van? ¿Por qué están tan asustados?» «¡El cielo se está cayendo! ¡El cielo se está cayendo!», dicen Pollito Tito y la gallina Martina. «¿De verdad? ¿Cómo lo saben?», pregunta el pato Renato. «Lo vi en internet», dice Pollito Tito. «Oh, no, debe ser cierto», dice el pato Renato. «¡Vamos!». Entonces Pollito Tito, la gallina Martina y el pato Renato corren por la calle hacia la granja. Cuando llegan a la granja, se encuentran con Ignacio el ganso. Está leyéndole poesía a la palomita Rita. «Hola a todos», dice Ignacio el ganso. «¿Dónde van? ¿Por qué están tan asustados?» «¡El cielo se está cayendo! ¡El cielo se está cayendo!», gritan todos. «¿En serio? ¿Cómo lo saben?», pregunta la palomita Rita. «¡Lo vimos en internet!», dicen todos. «¡Santo cielo! ¡Debe ser cierto!», dice Ignacio el ganso. «No hay tiempo para leer poesía ahora. ¡Vamos!». Y Pollito Tito, la gallina Martina, el pato Renato, Ignacio el ganso y la palomita Rita corren por la calle hacia el pueblo. En la calle principal se encuentran con el zorro Berto. Él está sentado en un café escribiendo en su computadora. «Hola a todos», dice el zorro Berto. «¿A dónde van? ¿Por qué están tan asustados?»
¡El cielo se está cayendo! ¡El cielo se está cayendo!,
vociferan todos. «¿De verdad? ¿Cómo lo saben?», pregunta el zorro.
¡Lo vimos en internet!,
gritan todos. ¡Wow! Bueno, entonces debe ser cierto, dice el zorro. Pero no se preocupen, amigos. Conozco el lugar perfecto para esconderse. Síganme. El zorro Berto guía a todos. Caminan por el pueblo, cruzan calles, atraviesan el campo y llegan a una colina. Arriba de la colina hay una cueva grande y oscura. Entren, entren, dice el zorro Berto. Hay lugar para todos. Aquí el cielo no caerá sobre nosotros. Estamos a salvo. Y entonces Pollito Tito y todos sus amigos siguen uno por uno al zorro dentro de la cueva. A la mañana siguiente, la cueva está vacía. Pollito Tito y sus amigos ya no están ahí. ¿A dónde fueron? No lo sabemos exactamente, pero te diré una cosa. El zorro Berto está muy feliz. Tiene una panza grande y redonda. «Tontos animales», dice el zorro Berto. Se sienta debajo de un árbol, agarra su computadora y empieza a escribir otra vez.